If you're not having sex in your old age, your body is sending you a warning signal that most doctors will never mention. And what I'm about to share with you isn't just about intimacy, it's about your survival. The consequences of sexual inactivity after 60 go far deeper than you might imagine, affecting everything from your heart to your brain, your immune system, to your very will to live. I'm Dr. Michael Harris, a geriatrician with over 25 years of experience working with aging adults. I've witnessed firsthand how the absence of sexual activity can quietly destroy the health and vitality of older men and women. What I'm going to tell you today challenges everything society has taught us about aging and sexuality. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss critical health information designed specifically for older adults. And if this message resonates with you, type 1 in the comments. If it doesn't, type 0 and let me know what health topics you'd like me to address. Now, let's talk about the first and most dangerous consequence of sexual inactivity in your later years. Something that's happening inside your body right now if you've stopped being intimate. Your cardiovascular system is quietly breaking down. When you stop having sex, your heart literally begins to weaken. Sexual activity is one of nature's most powerful forms of cardiovascular exercise. During intimacy, your heart rate increases, blood vessels dilate, and circulation improves throughout your entire body. It's like a gentle workout that strengthens your heart muscle and keeps your arteries flexible. I remember Margaret, a 68-year-old patient who came to me complaining of fatigue and shortness of breath. Her tests showed declining heart function, but she was puzzled because she'd always been active. When I gently asked about her intimate life, she revealed she hadn't been sexually active since her husband's death, 3 years prior. That missing piece of her health puzzle was more significant than she realized. Without regular sexual activity, your blood pressure can rise, your risk of heart disease increases, and your circulation becomes sluggish. The very foundation of your cardiovascular health begins to crumble, not because you're getting older, but because you've removed one of the most natural and effective ways to keep your heart strong. But cardiovascular decline is just the beginning. The second consequence affects something even more precious: your mental clarity and cognitive function. When you stop having sex, your brain starts to fog. Sexual activity releases a powerful cocktail of neurochemicals, dopamine, oxytocin, and endorphins that protect your brain cells and enhance memory formation. These chemicals don't just make you feel good, they literally keep your mind sharp and your thoughts clear. I've watched patients who were once mentally agile become confused and forgetful within months of stopping all sexual activity. They'd come to me worried about dementia, but often the real culprit was the absence of the brain-boosting chemicals that intimacy provides. Research shows that sexually active older adults perform better on memory tests, have faster processing speeds, and maintain better problem-solving abilities. When you remove this natural brain protection, you're not just losing pleasure, you're losing your mental edge. The third consequence strikes at your body's defense system. Your immune function begins to collapse when sexual activity disappears from your life. During intimacy, your body produces immunoglobulin A, a crucial antibody that fights off infections and diseases. Sexual activity also reduces cortisol, the stress hormone that suppresses immune function. I've seen patients who used to rarely get sick. The third consequence strikes at your body's defense system. Your immune function begins to collapse when sexual activity disappears from your life. During intimacy, your body produces immunoglobulin A, a crucial antibody that fights off infections and diseases. Sexual activity also reduces cortisol, the stress hormone that suppresses immune function. I've seen patients who used to rarely get sick suddenly find themselves The oxytocin and endorphins released during intimacy are natural antidepressants. Without them, many older adults fall into a spiral of sadness and isolation. I've sat with patients who felt like they were slowly disappearing, becoming invisible to the world and to themselves. The absence of physical intimacy had robbed them of one of the most fundamental human experiences, the feeling of being truly alive and connected. The final consequence affects your very identity and sense of self-worth. When you stop engaging in sexual activity, you often stop seeing yourself as a complete human being. You begin to view yourself as broken, past your prime, no longer worthy of love or desire. It makes us human, and when we abandon it, we abandon a piece of ourselves. I've watched vibrant, confident people become shadows of their former selves, not because of disease or disability, but because they'd convinced themselves that part of their humanity was no longer valid. So, what can you do? First, understand that sexual activity doesn't have to involve a partner. Self-intimacy is just as beneficial for your health. Second, if you do have a partner, communicate openly about maintaining physical closeness. Third, don't let society's ageist attitudes convince you that sexuality expires with youth. Your body needs intimacy to thrive, regardless of your age. Whether through self-pleasure, partner intimacy, or simply maintaining physical affection, keeping this part of your life active is crucial for your overall health and well-being. The truth is, you're never too old to benefit from sexual activity. Your heart, your brain, your immune system, and your emotional health all depend on it. Don't let outdated beliefs about aging rob you of this essential aspect of human health. If this message opened your eyes to something important, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. Your health and vitality in your later years depend on understanding these truths that too many people are afraid to discuss.